I'm Jerry Rees, director of Randolphin's Robot Repairman. You know, when I was a kid, I saw this show called The 21st Century. It was hosted by Walter Cronkite. Walter predicted that by 1980, we'd all be flying to and from work with our handy jetpacks. Well, I for one was very disappointed when that didn't happen. I wanted my jetpack. On the other hand, Walter didn't predict that I'd have a room full of computer equipment in my own home, or that I'd have a cell phone or a digital camcorder like the one I'm shooting with now. And in the very near future, there's some other surprises in store. Let's take a look. Okay, here we are in Los Angeles 2038. Blue skies, monorails gliding everywhere, making transportation an absolute snap. But the biggest surprise of all, robots. Robots are going to be cutting our lawns. Robots will be doing our taxes. Robots will be walking our dogs. Some of our dogs will be robots, but that's a different story. There will be robotic theologians. Yeah. We're all gonna own robots. Well, not own them exactly. That gets a little tricky because, see, robots aren't just things, they're beings. At least that's what Rand thinks. Rand has a standing Tuesday night poker game with a bunch of local bots. He wouldn't miss it. Artificial intelligence has developed to the point where they have self-awareness. Rand figures they're his best friends. Okay, there's 4 families of robots in this movie. Rand's bots, Dietz's bots, the junk bots who are survivors, and consumer bots, the kinds you'd buy in a store. Let's start with Rand's bots. Rand hangs with 2 robots in particular, Merv and Stats. Stats is an infobot, a communications center. He's the ultimate antenna. He processes data from around the globe in an instant. Fast. Stats is fast. If there's a problem to solve, Stats is the first one to arrive at a solution. If there's a destination to arrive at, Stats is the first one to get there. Stats is always waiting for people to catch up to him. Makes him kind of impatient. I decided to give Stats 2 round eyes right up front. Binocular vision like we associate with human beings. It'll make him seem smarter. When you think of Stats, think of Chris Rock, for instance. Jeanine Garofalo. Think of Larry Miller. Think of Dennis Miller. Sometimes he knows more than he wants to. It's not always easy being the smartest entity in the room.
I know you're a super genius.
Rand makes his living repairing robots. Merv is Rand's assistant repairman. Let's take a look at the way Merv is put together. Merv has a head with multiple eye stalks. Makes him look a little goofy sometimes, but they're very useful. He can keep one eye on work, one eye on Rand, and one eye on the door in case there's trouble. Merv's eyes will come out on little stalks and go into tight spots to take a look at things for Rand. Merv's head is supported on a neck made out of the smart gel muscles. The muscles can move the head away from the body. If Merv gets depressed, his muscles go completely limp. Directly beneath Merv's head is his workbench. He has lenses there where he can focus laser beams and cut things like a jigsaw. His multiple arms can also zip around on a track and join together to work on one job. Directly below Merv's workbench is his toolbox. He has about 500 drawers full of every kind of electronic piece and tool imaginable. Merv can also make new tools for Rand. On his rear fenders are curved computer screens. He can draw a picture of a new tool there, make a mold in that shape, extrude a material into it, and pop out a new tool. Merv is a little bit slow. He's kind kind of a blue-collar guy. When you think of Merv, think of Colin Quinn. Hey, he is not without wisdom. He is just not quick in getting it out. Rand's bots look different from any other bots in the movie. He uses a unique blend of high-tech and retro materials to detail them. You'll notice wood and chrome, very much in the style of classic 40s and 50s car design. It's in Rand's nature, you know. He appreciates things from the past. He'll keep your old robot rolling. He won't just trash it and replace it with a new one. Oh. One more thing. What the hell are smart gel muscles? You know, if you take a close look at my robot designs, you'll see that I use a clear gel substance on them, sort of as a skin or muscle. First I was doing this as a pure design consideration to set our characters apart. But then one night I was rendering stats on this very computer when on the television came a 1997 End of the Year science wrap-up. They announced the creation of a new substance called Smart Gel. Smart Gel, mostly made of water, completely transparent, and when you zap it with a charge of electricity, it contracts just like a muscle. The medical community is very excited about using it for prosthetics. So how do you use Smart Gel? Very simple. You take a mold, put a little polymer powder in it, some water, mix it up, let it set. Out pops a little Smart Gel muscle. You attach it to the basic robot armature, zap it with electricity, boom, you've got movement. Suddenly our little flight of fancy in Rand was plausible science. If we moved quickly, we could be the first people to get it on the screen.